So I'm here with Revenge, the top laner for Immortals. After the first week of the lock-in tournament, you guys had to play a little bit of a different schedule. You didn't play the first day, so you've had 3 games in 2 days now. I'm sure a little different than what you're used to playing. How's this first start to the year felt for you? How do you feel about your own performance in these early games?
Um, Individually, I'd say I've been feeling pretty good. It's definitely a bit. You kind of have to look at the game a lot differently when you're looking at it at an individual scope versus like a team scope, because it's just the game is a team game, and the way top lane's affected is through the team, and the way that you impact through top is through the team a lot of times now, at least in this meta. So to look at individual performance, you kind of have to just shift gears and look at a lot of different things, but it has definitely been um, different and interesting because while I'm used to developing team bonding and synergy, I do know that this is going to have to, with my current teammates, that including the 3 academy substitutes we're using, I do know that we're going to have to redevelop that soon with 3 new teammates. So it's nice and also kind of weird, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure this early in the year when you do have, you're still waiting for some players to arrive and you're working with some of the academy team and, things are going to be shifting around. I'm sure, knowing what Immortals is trying to do as a project and what the
Mhm.
coaching staff has said publicly, you are trying to build a whole system for all 10 players to work together and do all that. I'm sure a lot of this is just learning how are we going to work and what way do we want to play those kinds of things, I assume, right? What kind of things have the coaches have been bringing to you in terms of those kinds of systems and the way to approach the game?
Well, we've been scrimming LCS teams actually with our 3 substitutes for the last about 2 weeks. And we've been pretty much using our entire coaching staff. So both of our academy coaches and both of our LCS coaches with all the players. And it's been really nice. I mean, we were learning as a team. I said this in an interview yesterday, but we are still learning together as a team, regardless of us being separated as academy and LCS, because there's a lot about the game that we all don't know. And even the best players being taught by really good coaches can also learn how to improve their gameplay too. So it's not just a matter of us being rookies and developing, but there's just certain ways that you can play the game in league to maximize your lead or to perfection, whatever you want to call it, right? And that's not really solved yet. So every game is obviously just full of so many variables, and coaches are what help you see the game through its fundamentals and then shift you towards following those fundamentals to like reach the best way to play the game. And I think that our coaches are doing a really good job with that and teaching us like the baseline of how to win games through macro and such. And obviously there's like individual performance like in laning and stuff that we just have to be expected to be good at. And I think that everyone on our team has that self motivation to be good individually, and that's good.
Yeah, in the team sense, it's partly about the quote unquote right way to play the game, but it's also what is right for our team, right? Like what is the system that we have decided we're going to play in? Because there are multiple ways you can approach it. On that
Mhm.
individual level, though, I think one of the things that you're best known for is how much you've managed to achieve in solo queue over the past few years, and people talk about that a lot, and earning really high ranks. How much of a role do you think that played in earning this spot, this opportunity to start in the LCS with Immortals?
I think it definitely played a huge role because I left the academy season last year with a really bad record. And I'm not going to lie, it's not really easy to look like a star performer, especially when there's a lot of internal issues or just having a overall poor performance, like poor performing team. It just you're not going to look. It's not very easy, at least, to look like a star performing player. Along with that, I was really fresh to the pro scene, so there's just a lot of things that I was being abused by in terms of pro play, right? Like I just there's a lot of wave fundamentals and lane fundamentals that I was just never taught. So going into the off season, I pretty much since around July, maybe even June, I did not take a single break from playing the game. Maybe total 6 days of so in span of 5 to 6 months, I only took a 6 day break, and that's because I just wanted to grind, and I felt like individually I could be performing better. So I needed to like just make sure that in the individual mechanical sense that I'm good and I can get my confidence back. So that's what solo queue did for me personally. And then I began reaching out to coaches and analysts and people that I trust that can actually help me improve. And they taught me more basics about lane fundamentals and macro fundamentals like side laning. And then I started applying that to solo queue. So I definitely felt like getting the high ranks didn't really like the meaning of it was just that I was grinding a lot. But then the coaches that scouted me and that wanted me on the team, such as Malaclips, most notably, who got me on Immortals, he was watching my streams and teaching me at the same time, right? So I was able to get on a team through into LCS that way because at the time I was still confident that I could try out for LCS and prove that I'm LCS ready to on any org. But I just needed, I guess I was just happy that coaches looked into me and trusted me through solo queue and through my grind because I did improve a lot throughout these months.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a rookie movement into the LCS this year, and some people are making it in through kind of what they've shown in their individual skill level through solo queue or through other things. Some of them, yeah, I would say you could argue more that they've earned their starting spots in LCS through what they've achieved in Academy last year. Right? You can look at some of the players like Palafox and Fudge, for example. Fudge isn't technically a rookie, but their team won Academy, and that was part of what I think made them look good enough to come up into LCS. In that group of players, aside from yourself, who's one rookie that you're looking at that you think we should all be paying attention to this year? Who's the most exciting for you as a maybe a rookie of the year rival?
I mean, obviously, like you said, Fudge is not a rookie, but he's already pretty hyped. But it's kind of hard for me to say. I would say Palafox is definitely someone that I expected to come out of the gates just completely smurfing and doing really well. He's obviously not had the greatest start, but neither has like FlyQuest as a whole. But I think he took a kind of a long break or something like in the off season, so maybe he just needs to like restart again. But he's someone that's like one of the rookies that I really think a lot of people should watch out for. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I think that when you join a team and just a new team with a new environment, what's going to prove whether or not you can be a good player on that team is how you adapt to the team and how you adapt to your situation. And it's not always easy for everyone to do that. I think that infrastructure and environment is really underrated in how we like judge players and their performances. So I think that if he's put into the right environment, he can shine. If not, then who knows, right? I think he definitely has the potential though.
Great. We'll be watching you and your whole team and wishing you success. So good luck in the rest of the tournament and the rest of the year.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that interview. If you did, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments if there are other players you'd like to see me speak to in the future from the LCS or Academy or other leagues, and I'll do my best to get them on as well.